much, Chair. Can you just confirm you can see my screen?
Yes, Johnny, you're loud and clear.
No, guys, thanks very much for joining us. I know there's people here from various parts of the world, Africa, Asia, Ireland, UK, etc. So you're all very, very welcome to this call. It's been a while since we've had an Omega call in this format. I'm pleased to announce we've got a new presentation. It's been refreshed to include some of the new changes and updates. So my job here is simply to share with you the updates and the opportunity that lies within, if you like. We're all aware of the tremendous developments taking place and some of the headaches that we've had to endure with these recent changes, but thankfully we are almost through that now. So without any further delay, I'm just going to take you through the presentation as it now is, and hopefully it'll make sense. At the very end, if anybody wants to ask any questions, put them in the chat box and we'll endeavor to cover all the questions. Thank you very much. So basically, we're looking at a modern way to make money online. Quite simply, we're all in the market to make more money. It's a commodity that's everybody on the planet wants and wants more of. And we've got something that we believe is very, very doable and accessible and attractive to most people on the planet. So what is it? Well, quite simply, the vision of our company, which we're about to show you, is to have 1 million people making an additional income stream online by the end of 2020, in 12 months' time. It's a pretty lofty goal. Is it achievable? Absolutely. If we didn't think it was, we wouldn't have it up on the screen here. So that can change a lot of lives, a lot of people, 1 million people making an additional income to finance just simply a better lifestyle and take some financial pressure off themselves. How will we bring this vision to the world? Well, it all starts with what we're involved in, and that's market research and analytics. It's a huge industry, folks, worth $80 billion annually. So there's lots of opportunity in it. At this moment in time, data is more valuable than oil. Now, that's a huge statement in itself. Think of all the transportation in the world. I know electric cars are on the increase, and rightly so. But at the moment, most transportation takes place on the burning of fuel, such as oil or petrol. And that's a massive industry. Yet, data has now become more valuable because it's a growing market. There's companies entering this arena and doing exceptionally well in pretty short time frames. If we take a look at some of the titans within this market, we're looking at some of the largest companies on the planet. And they're all worth billions now from this industry itself. If you take a look at Facebook, think about this. We're all on Facebook. There's 2.3 billion Facebook members out of a global population, I believe, of about 7.7 billion. So effectively, one in every 3 people on the planet are using Facebook. You have Instagram, WhatsApp, YouTube, Google, LinkedIn. These corporations are massively successful, yet they're all young companies. Think about this. The internet's only really been in place for the last 25 years, about 94. Facebook only started in 2004. Instagram started in 2010. WhatsApp, 2009. It's only 10 years old. YouTube, 2005. Google, 98. LinkedIn, 2002. You have other companies like Telegram. All these companies are collecting data, being exceptionally well used. We all use these companies. It doesn't usually cost us anything, yet Mark Zuckerberg, for example, is one of the richest guys on planet Earth. He's a multi-billionaire, and many of the original founders of Facebook and early investors are all multi-millionaires. Yet we as members and users don't pay a penny. So you have to ask yourself, how come they're so wealthy? Quite simply, they collect data, the main data, and share that data with companies who can benefit from it. Hence, it becomes valuable. Have you ever received a check from any of these companies? It's fair to say, unless you're employed, the answer is usually no. How would you like to change that? Well, this is what we're talking about tonight, an opportunity to pay you for the information that people give away for free on a daily basis without ever thinking about it. Why? Because we got so used to using these platforms, and we enjoy using them, and the growth that they've all experienced has been colossal, yet we've never been paid. Now that's just about to change because of this concept. First and foremost, how is it possible? Well, it's to do with innovation. Everything that's ever been created has come from initially an idea or a dream. And this is no different. Innovation is the creator of everything. We have the telephone for years. Now we have apps that make communication much easier, such as WhatsApp. Now, if I'm making a call internationally, I try to use WhatsApp, provided all the persons also on WhatsApp. Why? Because I can make a free call over their platform, whereas using telephony, it's going to cost me money. So we all prefer stuff that's inexpensive and ideally free. Video rental stores, Extravision was a huge store here throughout Ireland, UK. That's all gone bust now. Why? Because of innovation. The internet came calling, and a company called Netflix has been a huge success, and we all use Netflix. It saves us the time when driving to a rental store, picking out a video and driving back and watching it. Now we can just do it from the comfort of our city, if you like. Likewise, the taxi business has also been altered with the advent of Uber. Market research is changing. People have found that it's not as efficient as it should be or could be, and that's where we come into the market. Omega has been founded by two guys who've tremendous success in business, and they've seen a niche in the market that they wanted to enter and service. And those two guys are Bartosz Nalfasky and Lucas Buzak. Both these guys have been in business for themselves with their own respective companies for years. Bartosz is the CEO of Expedite. They're based in Poland and Ukraine, employing over 1,000 people, 25 years of experience in various fields of business, mostly in the financial sector market, to be honest. And we have Lucas here on the right-hand side. He's the owner of a software company called Feet Software, operating 8 years. And again, both these guys have been independently very successfully, but they've come together to collaborate on this new project called Omega. Typically, the industry problems are the quality of their data. Many companies have found now that they are no longer getting the response from online marketing that they used to get. And there's a number of reasons for that. One is obviously the huge increase in competition online. As there's more advertisements online, people become blind to those adverts. They become less effective, if you like. So ideally, people now require a higher standard of data. Another issue would have been the time it takes to get quality data back, and in most cases not of the quality many would like to have. Low response rates is obviously a problem also, likewise the cost. These are areas that Omega are targeting and certainly can improve upon. The solution is what they've created, and that's a digital product called an Active Box. So you may ask, what is an Active Box? Well, it's a digital product that we can access to provide information that becomes very valuable, and we get paid for doing so. The great thing, what I love about it, is that it's very easy to access. One can do so from a smart device, a smartphone, your laptop, your computer, and it makes it accessible to everybody who has one of those devices. In a nutshell, an Active Box is a unique mix of market research and advertising services and tasks which have been put in place to support any business around the world. We do three very simple tasks. Market surveys. These are done just once a week. Each survey normally consists of 10 questions. You never have to type up any answers. There's a range of multiple choice answers, and you simply take the one that's most applicable to yourself. To conduct that survey, or complete that survey, it takes about 1 minute, usually about a minute. It's very easy, but each week there's a new survey, and the idea is simple. By completing the survey each week, the company Omega are able to identify people's likes and dislikes and what their interests may be. And by doing so, they're able to collate a massive amount of data on all the members. And that is stored into certain categories. And that becomes very valuable to companies who would like to advertise. The second thing we do, which is done weekly, is an active task. That may be just taking a photo of a product, maybe watching a very short video, usually about 30 seconds long, or reading an update from a company. And again, that update's not heavy reading, it's only 1 or 2 paragraphs. And again, it takes no more usually than 30 to 45 seconds. And the third activity, again, this is a daily activity, where we watch 8 10-second adverts every single day. Now, that usually takes 2 to 3 minutes. Visiting a website, the idea is that these companies who advertise will generate business from doing so, and thankfully that has proven to be the case. My wife has been looking at some products or dresses and clothing things for Christmas and presents for Christmas, and she's been going through these adverts and sites, and she's identified a few pieces of clothing that she'd like to get. So we know these advertisements are beneficial. The company advertising are gaining business, and we get paid for watching these adverts. So it's a very simple process. 1, 2, 3 steps. Nothing very complicated. The idea is that we're able to provide data to customers and companies that saves them the bother and the expense of running what's known as a blanket advertisement, where everybody gets hit with advertisement. Not everybody's interested in every product. By providing this data to companies, they're able to identify people who may have an interest in the product or service. And only those people will then receive that advertisement. So if we have a community and the target is to build 1 million of a community initially and then tens of millions, those members do not want to be bombarded with adverts from all types of companies and services. They must much prefer to receive advertisements on products and services that has been already determined that they have an interest in. So that saves the community from being bombarded, and it saves the advertisers from spending a huge sum on blanket advertising. So the vision is quite simple: to create the largest market research company in the world. How do we do that? Well, everybody has to be incentivized. And these active boxes are very, very affordable. We actually have 4 active boxes. We just got 3 in the screen here. We have a €10 active box, a €25, a €50, and €100 active box. Now, I'm just going to describe the ones that's on the screen, because these are the most popular. If you purchase a €25 active box, it's not a lot of money, but for doing your activities, you will receive a profit of 24%, or up to 24% if you do your activities and don't miss any of them. Over a 6-month period, you will make 24%. So your initial purchase is obviously €25. Your profit from doing that activity is €6, hence the return you'll receive is €31. If we go to the middle one, a €50 active box, you'll receive 27% profit over a 6-month duration of doing your activities. And €100 active box, the percentage return is 30%. Up to means that you must do all your activities. Now, let's assume, for whatever reason, you only managed to do 50%. In that case, you would get 15% as opposed to 30%, because you've only done half your tasks. If you only do 10% of your tasks, then you get 3%, etc. So it's pro rata. If you do nothing, you'll still get your money back, but you won't have made any profit. Now, think about this for a moment. 30% for 6 months means that if you put it in, when you put it in for 6 months, you do your activities, you make 30%. That brings your €100 up to obviously €130. If you then put it in for second duration, you're going to double that from 30% up to 60%, or indeed 70%. And I'll show you how in the following slide. Now, the good thing is that you're not limited to buying 1 active box. You can buy as many as you want, up to a maximum value of €100,000. €100,000 means that you receive €30,000 in 6 months by simply doing those simple tasks. So let's take a look at a few examples and what can be achieved if you choose to repurchase effectively. taking your interest that you received, your profit, and re-participating with it to earn profit on the profit, if you like. So let's take a look at a few figures. Your initial purchase of 100 euro active boxes, let's assume you put in 1,000 euro. If you do your activities fully for just 6 months, you'll obviously end up with 1,300, 300 of which is profit. Now, the 300 profit is paid during the 6-month duration, from the very first day until the last day. Every day you do your activity, you will be paid the profit. You will only be able to extract that profit once a week on a Monday. Each Monday we can take that money out, or if we choose to purchase another active box, that's entirely up to oneself. But each Monday we can extract that money, and each day we get paid the daily profits. The seed capital that you put into this is paid back after the 6-month duration. So it can become very, very lucrative. If you were to repurchase active boxes with the profit you make, in effect, you'd make 1,700 over a 12-month period, as opposed to 1,300. Over an 18-month period, you'll turn 1,000 into 2,200, and indeed almost 3,000 over a 24-month period. If we take a look at 10 grand, doing your activity, you earn 30%, which means you make 13 grand. 70% here by participating for 12 months. It turns into 17 grand, etc., along to a maximum of 180% over a 12-month period. But I believe that 30% is unbelievably attractive. How is that possible? Well, the companies take a lot of revenue in from advertising firms. Bear in mind the platform that's been developed by Omega is primarily a digital platform with smart coding. There's no human ever taking a look at the results of your survey and reading your answers. It's all done with coding, and that has obviously been paid. And you couldn't scale it up if you needed to employ people to read these things, because the growth that we're having, you couldn't employ people fast enough and train them fast enough, and it would be simply too expensive. By using the system that's been put in place with the automation, we can scale up to a massive degree using that automation. But the profits, therefore, can be shared through the community. So the company takes 70% of the revenue and shared 30% with the community. And that 30% can become very, very valuable, as you see. So how does it work? Well, quite simply, we create an account. It only takes about 3 or 4 minutes online. It's very, very simple. Second thing we do is purchase an active box. Again, that's your choice how much you could want to participate in. You could try it maybe in a smaller active box and gain knowledge and experience, and you see the results and you gain confidence. You can obviously increase that as you so wish. The company diversifies that money that we purchase, or we use to purchase the active box, into their different revenue streams. Bear in mind, they operate in a number of arenas that are very profitable. So they use that money to generate further profits, which again are shared with us for doing our activities. So we complete our activities. That activities results in bringing value to the market, and the company shares the profits with us. It's a very, very simple process. Omega's financial pillars are pretty widespread, but it means that we're on a solid financial footing, if you like. Bear in mind, this active box is our main product. We also derive income from the parent company's activities, and that ranges from money transfers to startups to professional trading teams. We have a marketplace that people buy products and services on. There's an entertainment platform coming, and also mining for mining cryptocurrencies. Now, because of the market at the moment, the price of Bitcoin, the price that it's at, it's very much in a bear market, and the price has dropped significantly over the past 2 years. Hence, mining farms are not actually in use at the moment because it simply isn't profitable. When Bitcoin rises to, I believe, in the region of $12,000, then it becomes profitable again. And many people believe that's only a matter of time. So we have a range of services to underpin Omega. So if this makes sense, as if you're looking at this for the first time, it's fair to assume that if it makes sense to you, it makes sense to many other people. with that in mind, Omega wants to build this community, and the best way to do it is through satisfied people telling others, basically an affiliate program. And what I love about it is it's using technology. It's basically turning network marketing into a modern version. It's basically evolution, if you want to call it. The old model would have been stocking products and trying to sell them, carrying a lot of stock and obviously going out to find users of this product. And that has been very successful for many, many companies, but it can be hard work, if you like. In many cases, only the strong recruiters would win. With our scenario, with Omega scenario, every single person in the community is making money, no exceptions. If they're doing their activity, you make money. So everybody wins. We have a referral program that's very, very attractive. We've a range of bonuses that we receive from simply participating in this program and helping expand the community. We have a direct bonus, a binary bonus, a leaders bonus, and a direct pool bonus. So just to cover a few of these briefly here. If you like what you see and you refer somebody else who would like to participate in this program and earn 30% for just 6 months or 60% or 70% in a 12-month period, bear in mind, if the money in the bank, they're usually getting less than 1% in most cases, unless they have a substantial deposit. But in most cases, it's quite poor. In many cases, in fact, actually, it's negative interest rates. So the banks will charge you for looking after your money, but you don't actually make money because they charge you a fee. Now, with this option, you can put your money to good use. By doing so, you'll get a direct bonus of 8% on any referrals that you bring to the company and any repurchases that they may make. So let's take a look at a model here. This is you. You like the idea of this program, you see the simplicity of it, and you know other people who may be interested. You send them to your link. They take a look at it, they maybe come online and watch a webinar like you're doing right now, and that person decides, hey, I can do this, I'd like to make some extra income, and 30% certainly appeals, so they become your referral, and they join up. They put an active box, let's assume for €500. Your 8% referral or direct bonus brings you back an income of €40. Now, €40 isn't going to send you on holiday, but it'll pay for some fuel, maybe a meal, but it's a starting point. All this proves is that the system works. Now, if you do it on a repeat basis, that income will grow. In fact, for your very first month, not only will you receive 8%, but you'll actually receive 12% from all activity you do during your first month. This is to give you basically a quick start bonus to help you get started and into a profit situation really fast. And indeed, during your second month, that actually is still 10%, and then it drops down to 8% thereafter. So it's very, very attractive. We also have a binary bonus, and this can be unbelievably powerful. The binary bonus pays between 5 and 9% on the volume generated in your weaker leg. Binary means two, so you have a left team and you have a right team. So let's assume you've introduced two people, Anne on your right hand side and Frank on your right. Anne on your left hand side and Frank on your right hand side. You know these people and you help them develop and understand the business, and they share their links, and through a little bit of time and effort, their business starts to duplicate and grow. Volumes will be generated. So let's assume your total volume on your right hand side is 10,000 bitcoins or euro. And on the left hand side, on the right hand side, it is 5,000. If you're at 9%, the maximum you can receive is 9%. If you're on 9%, obviously 9% of 5,000 volume here is worth 450 to you. That volume has been generated from your team members growing their business, but because you initiated this market penetration, the company reward you with an override of 9%. That can grow into a substantial income as the teams develop and grow. Bear in mind, we have a digital product, and that can be delivered globally at the touch of a button. So we've already expanded our business pretty much all around the globe. We've a huge business in Africa, in Australia, many parts of Asia, many parts of Europe. In fact, we're heading to London next week to penetrate the London market, and everybody can do this as they so wish at the touch of a button. So we can increase our business without the traditional overheads that one would normally incur with a traditional business. As our team repurchases, or if they repurchase, that can become very, very valuable to you also. Let's assume over a period of time, your team has grown to 100 people on your left, on your weaker leg. So you have two teams, a left and a right. We're talking about the left or the weaker side here of just 100 people. Let's assume everybody buys an average active box of 500 in value. Some will spend 100, others spend 1,000. Some people put in 5,000, others may put in 250. But let's assume that the average is only 500 euro. So those people buy an active box. They do their activity. They receive their profit of 30% over the first 6 months. And at the end of the 6-month period, they get their capital back, their initial seed capital back. So you have 100 people getting 500 seed capital back, that's 50,000. If they then choose to repurchase and earn another 30%, you'll get your 9% all over again. That's worth 4,500 to you. If indeed your team is 1,000 in size, and all these people repurchase at a 500 active box, that's 500,000 turnover. Your 9% is worth 45,000. And indeed, if it gets to 3,000, then you can see the numbers for yourself. It's quite substantial. To help us on our way and to incentivize people further, we have a career plan that the company rewards you for expanding your team, being successful, being a leader, and developing leaders within your team. The very first reward you get is very, very easy to achieve. It's a Omega pin. It's actually pure gold pin. An iPhone is another target once you have a certain turnover reached. In fact, this little old phone here is one of the iPhones that I received for doing this activity. Thankfully, I also qualified for the MacBook Pro, and just recently, it sounds as if I'm blowing my trumpet here, but I'm just telling you, many people have done this, but I'm one of many who have done it. I've also received or qualified for the Leaders Holiday. Others have done even better. I know people who've received an Omega watch because they've built the teams even bigger. And recently we had an event in Africa, South Africa, only about a month back from it. One of the guys, Aaron, had just qualified for the BMW X5. There are other targets to be reached, given time and effort, a Ferrari and an apartment. And once you receive these, there are yours to do what you want with. It's a tremendously attractive career plan. And bear in mind, if you introduce somebody who achieves this, but you don't, but they do, you receive 10% of the value of their price, if you like. So, for example, the MacBook Pro is worth 2,000. If you introduce somebody who achieved this, you receive 10% of that 2,000 value, which is obviously 200. The Leaders Holiday indeed was 5,000 worth of a holiday. 10% of that is 500. The Omega Watch is 7 grand. The BMW is 85 grand. The Ferrari is 200 grand. And I actually forget the value of the apartment. I think it's 500,000. So 500,000, and somebody will achieve this. Their sponsor will receive 50,000. So that 10% becomes extremely attractive also. Bear in mind, you could introduce and train a huge team of people that you personally brought in. If you train them to develop huge teams, then many of them will achieve these, and you'll get 10% on every time they do so. So that can be exceptionally powerful. So we have multiple streams of incomes from one platform. We also have Forex. I haven't gone into the detail of that there. We have a marketplace where products and services will be moved through the community. We have an opportunity to invest in startup companies. And we have the cryptocurrency mining farm, which is obviously not turned on at the moment, but that deal will come when it will be. These are just additional arenas that we can participate in if we so choose, and hence make money from. All of this can be done and achieved from simply accessing the internet, and we all carry smartphones. So effectively, all you need is a phone. But more importantly, you need the desire, and you've got to have the vision. If you have the vision, the desire, all you need then is to commit time to building this business and share the opportunity with other people. There's only two responses. They're either interested or they're not. It's simple as that. Most people I come across seem to be interested in additional money. I've yet to meet anybody who said to me, Tony, I've got too much, I don't want any more. And I've met very wealthy people, but they all seem to want more. So we've got something that appeals to everybody. Why? Because we can enter this arena for as little as €10. Maximum one can put in is €100,000. Let's face it, not many people can do that, but everybody can certainly enter this arena at €10. The only condition is that they're 18 years of age. That's it. And then we can help them develop this business. With an active box and our growing community, we will become the largest market research company in the world with 1 million active members by the end of 2020. That's the target. The question is, are you going to be part of it? Bear in mind, we're just starting. It's a simple concept, but we will drive this massively, and lots of people will be hugely successful. Why? Because this takes very little money, and it takes actually very little time. And time is something we all have lots of. Thank you for your time and attention. That's the presentation, folks. I hope it's been put across in a way that everybody understands. With that, I'll hand you back to Ger. Thank you very much.
Okay, Tony, thank you very, very much. A very concise and informative presentation. I love the work that you've done in putting together the formation, the slides, and the sequence. It's fantastic.
Well, it wasn't me, by the way. It wasn't me.
Bend over, take the clap on the back. And by the way, congrats on your latest achievement. 4 steps up the ranking ladder with your holiday. Fantastic and well done.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Now, folks, we are hoping to do this on a regular basis again. Now that we have the new presentation up and running, and we have the new pay plan up there, and everything is right. Now, we're lucky to have with us tonight 2 more people. Tony is on the advisory council, as I said, just recently formatted in the at the Bangkok event. We have Dolores with us tonight as well, and we have Hugh McAlinden. So if you can bear with us for a few minutes, and we'll just take 5 more minutes of your time, and I'll bring in these 2 people just to have a chat and tell us of their experiences with meeting corporate, etc. So Dolores, if you're there with us, we'll give you the stage first, if you don't mind, please. Thank you.
Great, good evening, and hello to everybody. Absolutely delighted to be able to say that I was in Bangkok recently to meet Bartosz and Lucas and all the teams from all around the world. We have great leaders, really exciting time with the new presentation. Obviously, there's a fantastic new startup, or quick start as they're calling it. So anybody who wants to know about the quick start, you can actually increase the percentage that you're earning for anybody that's new and has joined the business just now and are going to share it and educate other people. You'll get that for 12% for a month, and you will get it at the second month for 10%. So there's plenty of incentive here to grow yourself, both financially and obviously from a self-development point of view. We also were absolutely thrilled to have Alan Pears, who's a motivational speaker, and Andreas Pyra, who has written a book called Homeless to Billionaire. So there's every reason to join us here. There's fantastic teams who will support and help you, leaders who are just willing to give of their time to help you grow and develop yourself. So fun times, great people, and a really fantastic organization that is going to go on for years to come. So enjoy it all. Hand it over to you now.
Okay, thank you very much, Dolores. Fantastic. And you're showing massive commitment in building your business, a very well-balanced business. And going to Bangkok, meeting the guys, you've met them a few times before, but it's fantastic. Now, Hugh McAlinden is with us, and I've made a bit of a faux pas, guys. I forgot Dimpo. Dimpo is the person, she's on the advisory council as well. She's with us tonight as well. And she's a person who has taken Africa by storm. So Dimpo, you can gather your breath for a second, and I'll bring you on after Hugh McAlinden, if that's okay. Hugh, if you're still there, I'll give you the floor, okay? Thank you very much. Oops. He must be gone making coffee. No, he's not there. Dimpo, are you still with us there?
Hugh just cannot unmute himself. Yannick, can you unmute?
Can you unmute him there, can you?
Yeah, that's me sorted now. Good job.
All right, thank you very much.
All right.
Yeah, it wouldn't be like me wanting to be left out, you know, it wouldn't be fit to
No,
speak,
definitely
you know.
not.
Yeah, no, I just want to say, Tony, great job. This presentation that Tony actually presented there tonight, I done this with, I think Ben's on the call, maybe John Coyle's on the call, a couple of other people, but we were up in the northern regions of Ireland and Donegal on Monday night. We presented it to a lot of business people, and they were absolutely blown away by what Omega has to offer. I and like Tony and Jared and some of the other members became engaged with this company about 6 months ago. They're very much in the early stages. They're developing. But over the last 6 months, I have literally traveled the world. I've traveled all across Southeast Asia. I've traveled a few times now across the African continent to South Africa. We had a phenomenal event down there just 6 weeks ago. And we're just getting into that momentum stage. So, Tony, just want to say it was an excellent presentation tonight. As he mentioned, I know that there's a lot of people on internationally all around the world, but tomorrow Tony and I are in Dublin, meeting a lot of people all day. So get on to your sponsor or get on to Tony or I and find out where we are. And next week we're in London, we're in Nottingham, and there's lots of stuff happening across the UK as we start to open up different markets. So thank you for being here. Thank you for a great presentation, Tony, and we'll see you all somewhere real soon. Thank you.
Yeah, fantastic, Hugh. You're really chalking up the miles. I'd love to see your frequent flyer miles credits at the moment. You're jet lagged. I'd say you wake up sometimes and you check to see which continent you're actually on. So Dimpo is also with us there. So Dimpo, I have you unmuted. So I'll hand you the floor, okay? Thank you very much. Oops. Yeah, she's unmuted. Dimpo, are you with us?
Hi, hello everyone.
Hello there, I can hear you. Yes.
Yes, thank you very much, Tony, for a beautiful, simplified presentation. And I'm happy that we are kickstarting these Zoom calls again, just so that we can pick up momentum again with the new slides. I think Dolores and Hugh have said it all. I'm still excited as I started with Omega in June, and I'm even more excited to see that we now have a long-term sustainable opportunity that's going to be here for many more years. Yes, we've had a couple of hiccups in the past week, but I believe the changes were very necessary. And after meeting with Bartosz and Lucas in Thailand a few weeks ago, I'm more confident that we are led by visionaries who are actually, very much interested in our, best interests, which is why they made the moves they've made. We are ready to rock the boat, and we have a business case here, a product that speaks for itself. This is what everybody needs, because we've always said that what we do is nothing new, except that we are now getting paid for it. And I hope a lot more people see that we have something phenomenal and special to protect, and just, change our financial situations and help many more people. So I'm excited, and I'm looking forward to actually building momentum again. And all thanks to the team, we have grown in leaps and bounds. From October 26, when we had an event in South Africa, we've grown with over 1,600 members in just 1 month. So that just shows you the hunger that people have to change their lives there. And we are here to help them. So thank you for the support. We really need these Zooms to be going again so that we can rock it again.
Okay, Dimpa, thank you very much. And my apologies again for not bringing you in sooner. But
Gerald,
no problem.
You're really pushing it in Africa, and fantastic job. Well done. And we
Gerald,
can't wait to get back down there again in the near future. Sorry, Tony, were you saying something?
Yes, Jared, just want to introduce one other person here. Now, he's not aware of this. Is Tukazani on the call? I thought I seen him somewhere.
Yes, he's
there. Yeah, I also saw him on the call. Yeah, Tukazani is on the call.
Tukazani, if you can hear us, we'd appreciate it if you could, if you don't mind, unmuting himself. And just sharing his story was Tukazani is also on the advisory council. He's working very, very closely with Dimpo. He's a tremendously hard worker and has built a team along with Dimpo of thousands. And I believe Tukazani has personally introduced in excess of 200 people to this business. So he's certainly not shy on sharing the opportunity. We just don't seem to have him coming through here, but
yeah, he can't. I just looking for him on the list. I think he's on an iPhone and I can't identify him.
that's all right. That's no. He's down as Bitcoin Dad. If you can see a guy called Bitcoin Dad, that's usually the one and only Tukazani.
Tukazani, yes. Can I see you? Can I hear you? Yes, I found
I think he's lost network again. Yeah, today our network was a bit dodgy, so I don't see him anymore. Yeah.
No worries. Anyway, guys, thanks.
He's back. I think he's back. I saw him.
Yeah, Tukazani, yeah, his name is there.
Yeah, he's in as Tukazani now.
Tukazani,
thank you very much. Thank you very much, leaders. Can you all hear me?
Yes, Lauren.
Yes.
Great. Thank you very much for a wonderful presentation. We're really excited again about this opportunity, and I'm happy with all the changes that have been made. To be honest with you, there was a red flag simply because, you know, the company was paying back seed money. So I remember having a meeting with one of the guys who are going to pump serious monies in the active boxes, and they asked me, but if the company is paying back seed monies, how is it possible that the company could sustain itself? And I was like, I nearly was like beating around the bush with an answer. However, because we are having visionaries in the company, they managed to pick that up and corrected it. So we are having a company that I strongly believe that will be here for more years to come. And I'm really excited. We are starting off with our presentation this coming weekend in Lesotho. So we'll be traveling down there to share this wonderful opportunity with the people in Lesotho. And thanks to all the leaders that we work together with, I believe that the momentum is going to pick up again, and we'll definitely move with this opportunity. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much, Tukazani, and thank you for your input and your effort and your leadership in the African continent with Dimpo and the rest of the A-team over there. So with that, folks, thanks again, Tony, for doing a brilliant presentation, and a big thank you to everybody who attended this tonight. We're roughly 45 minutes, which isn't too bad. Just keep an eye on the WhatsApp groups, guys, and we will be scheduling another one again over the next few days. And thank you very much, and good night.
And Jared, just to interrupt, sorry for this. From next week on, guys, we'll do regular presentations so we can feed in the these and grow the business. We will announce them when they're coming up, but we'd like to do 2 a week starting off, and we'll have the king of presenters, Mick McCahey, doing his class style, if you like. So things are looking up, guys. We look forward to working with everybody. There's a huge lot of success to be generated yet in this business. We're only starting. We want to help everybody be hugely successful. We have the foundation now to move forward. Thanks for your time, and have a great evening or day wherever you may be. Thank you.
Cheers, Fox. Thank you very much again. Thank you, and good night.